Hey, what's up guys? Today I want to talk Merch by Amazon upload strategy. I want to cater the discussion to the new upload system that has been rolled out, it appears, to just about every account. I mean, here I've got a screenshot of a tier 10 account that has the new updated, what do we call it? Just updated upload system applied to the account. Now, just so you know, for reference, this new system, it's both a positive and a negative. It kind of depends on what tier you're in. It seems like a little bit of a negative for the lower tiers because at least in its current iteration, it seems to have limited the number of products you can submit in a day. The benefit is you can have more products live for sale across Amazon and the Amazon international markets. And instead of counting each product you enable against your tier, it now only counts the designs you upload against your tier. So you can upload a design, make it available on a hoodie, a standard shirt, a long sleeve shirt, and a tank top. And in the past, that would count against you as 4. Now it only counts against you as 1. So we need to update our upload strategy accordingly. And given that there was recently tier ups, I think there's a lot of questions going on. So, and also I just had a great call with somebody from my Merch by Amazon course. His name is Greg, and both him and his wife have merch accounts, except one is in a high tier, one's in a low tier. And it was just a great discussion. We chatted for like an hour, and it really just kind of brought to light a lot of the complexities of being a Merch by Amazon seller if you really want to get the most out of what's possible. Because as he put it, it's like an evolving journey. Like over time, everything tends to, well, it doesn't have to, but if you want to, again, like do the most with your merch account, you need to evolve your strategy with your tier. And then also in rare cases like what we're going to kind of look at today, if the whole system changes by the merch team rolling out this big upgrade, you also need to kind of understand what's going on and adjust accordingly. So anyways, let's get into it. Real quick, before we jump into the discussion, just wanted to remind you, I run a weekly print-on-demand giveaway. It's free to enter. 2 winners are selected every Sunday. If you would like to enter, use the link in the description. This week sponsored by Flying Research, print-on-demand research tools, AutomatePOD, print-on-demand design creation automation, All-American Graphics, premium Premade graphics to help you with your designs, and Bubble Scout, the only Redbubble niche research and validation tool. You'll find a link at the top of the description. All right, so let's look at tier 10. So what is possible with your tier 10 account? I borrowed this screenshot from my Merch by Amazon Facebook group, which of course is also linked in the description below. I think the question associated with it was that they had submitted a design earlier that day, but then deleted it and they wanted to re-upload something new, but their products submitted today, which is all the way on the left-hand side over there, remains 1 out of 1. So if your product submitted today bar only allows you to upload 1 per day, what this is saying is you can either upload a brand new design that you just created and enable 1 product type on 1 marketplace, which I would recommend starting with standard t-shirts on US market, and then submit it and you're done for the day. Now, I would recommend doing that every day until you have 10 out of 10 published designs, okay? You want to fill up the 10 out of 10 first, and then you can consider doing what I'm about to mention. You can go to your Manage tab, find your, let's say your best-selling design, assuming you've made sales, which in tier 10 is I know it's hard to do. It's harder in tier 10 to do than probably any other tier. And from there, you can manage that listing. And now what you can do, and this is assuming it's a fresh day where your products submitted today are 0 of 1, you can then enable a different product type with that design. Now, this is something that you were not able to do prior to this update. It would have said, okay, you've got 10 standard t-shirts on the US market. That counts as 10 products and you're in tier 10. So that's 10 out of 10. Nothing else you can do. Now what you can do is you can go in and enable all the product types on all the markets. What is hindering you from doing that immediately is that pesky 1 product submission per day limit, which of course that number will go up over time. And if I should have screenshotted it before I recorded this video, but I'm pretty sure in the dashboard announcement where they told us that this was coming, this change was coming, they said that these were like, or they at least implied that these were low limits that hopefully will be increased with time, but maybe they, as they roll this out, they know it's going to come with a higher server burden, server load, and they wanted to be a little bit cautious. So I'm hoping that like they hopefully double these. I mean, why not? Double, triple, whatever. For all the merch accounts. But what I would recommend is, guys, once you filled up your 10 out of 10 published designs, which is that tracker bar in the middle there, that you then go in and enable more product types on the US market, I would prioritize, and then go to the international markets. Also, I mean, this complicates the tier 10 issue a little bit because in the past, I recommended that you can recycle your designs. You can delete one that hasn't sold, re-upload a new one. But if you do that now in tier 10, that is going to eat up your daily product submission, and you're not going to be able to use that product submission to enable other product types. So I guess it's striking a balance between, if you've got stuff that isn't selling, you do want to delete it and create a new product listing, because that's going to increase the likelihood. Like, let's say Mother's Day is in the past and you want to replace a Mother's Day design that didn't sell with a Father's Day design. That's good. That's worth using your daily product submission on in tier 10. If that's not the case, though, then go in and, especially if you've got products that are selling well, enable other product types on those listings. Now, moving on from tier 10, I do have a picture here of a tier 500 account. This is taken from Marielle's account. They finally upgraded her out of tier 100. It's crazy how long it took, because I think she got like 300 or 400 sales by now. She's doing really well. Anyways, she got skipped over a bunch of tier ups. And I think yesterday or the day before, she made it to tier 500, which is awesome. So unlike the tier 10 account, she has 10 product submissions allowed per day. And then as you can see in the middle there, up to 500 unique designs can be submitted as well. So she has 420 design submissions available. And what I told her is that every day she needs to make sure that she submits at least, I mean, I guess at least, it's really at maximum, but I think every single day she should be submitting a unique design on a standard t-shirt on the US market. Meaning what that's going to do is it's going to push up that published designs number. We want to get that at least 90% full. So we want to get it close to 500, or just hit 500 out of 500. Now, the reason we want to do this, guys, is because she has enough sales already to get to tier 1000. She just needs to fill the upload slots. And I mean, knock on wood, not get skipped over on the next tier up like she did for the last, 4 or 5 months. So guys, if you're in a similar position where you are eligible for the following tier up, which means that you've probably got, let's say, I mean, there's no strict rules, but it seems like you need about 75 to 80% of your tier in sales typically. And you for sure need to have filled most of your upload slots. Otherwise they won't grant you extra upload slots. Now, guys, this is important because when you're in tier 1000, your product submitted today goes up. I don't know exactly how much. If you do, let me know in the comments below if you're in tier 1000, but it's hugely beneficial because whatever designs you publish to get from 80 out of 500 to 500 out of 500, like I told her, you don't need to spend too much time on the design and research and all that. You just need to make sure that you're filling those upload slots, because later on you can delete them and replace them with better researched, better optimized designs. But like right now it's just, hey, if they do another tier up in 2 weeks, you need to catch that train. You don't want to miss that train because you don't know how often these tier ups are going to come. So that is priority right now for her. And if you're in a similar boat, I would recommend doing that. If you do not have enough sales, you don't need to rush to fill up your slots. I mean, you still don't want to seriously, I used to have this rule. When I was in tier 500, there were 20 upload slots a day. And I really never went to bed until I had filled my daily uploads. So there were nights where I lost sleep because I was like, nope, I'm doing 20 designs and 20 uploads. And I know that's not the case anymore. I mean, now it's 10. So, but, I'm just sharing a little bit of my experience 4 years ago. And then also today, what Marielle's going to be doing so that she can get her account to tier 1000 as soon as possible. Tier 200,000, definitely a different story here. Also, I'll just mention again that my products submitted today bar, it's constantly bugged. I don't know why, and I'm not complaining because when it's bugged, it allows me to submit pretty much infinite designs. So I do my best to do just that. I mean, remember, there's a throttling mechanism, so I can't just like hammer the uploads constantly. They do move pretty slow. And that's by design, by Amazon's engineers. That being said, I just leave that thing rolling all day, and typically while I'm asleep. If they're going to let me do it, I'm going to keep doing it. So you can see here, I have 143,000, basically 144,000 published designs out of my tier 200,000, so 200,000 max. Many of those are duplicates. As soon as I had this rolled out to my dashboard, I immediately just started re-uploading my entire, I think of them as like really batches. So my batches of designs, if I go into like where I store them on my computer, they're well organized, and each folder has like a different niche. So I just started re-uploading, except now instead of uploading to standard t-shirts on US market only, I started uploading to every product on every market. And for each design that you do that for, you will see your products submitted today go up by 64 at a time, unless you're like me and you have it bugged. So I don't know what to tell you. I don't really know why that happens. It's been happening basically every other day. So on some days it fills up, and on other days it doesn't, and I try to take advantage. As you can see here, product potential, I have 271,000 products out of a possible 12.8 million. I've got a long ways to go. Will I ever hit 12.8 million? Of course not, because these will get pulled off automatically after 365 days of no sales. So I'm just envisioning like a repetitive cycle of daily uploads to try to replenish the designs that fell off 365 days ago. I know this all sounds crazy, but I don't know. That's how I'm going to play the game. I mean, you can obviously do different things while you're in tier 200,000. You don't need to wait till tier 200,000, by the way. If you have access to advertising, you can do things like Cameron did in my video yesterday. Cameron has made over $4,000 profit in a single day from Merch by Amazon because he used ads to boost the organic rank of some of his shirts to the #1 organic spot on very high value, trend specific, like time of year specific keywords. And as a result was able to just crush the profits. And if you missed that interview, I will link to it right here because it's definitely worth watching. At least watch the first like 10 minutes before we kind of get into the weeds of like advertising deeper than I think some people want. You know, if you don't have access to ads, you don't need to watch all that, but it's a good story and worth knowing that it's possible too. All right. So anyways, tier 200,000, definitely a very different game from being in tier 500 or tier 10. That's why you got to kind of evolve your strategy with your tier. But anyways, that's what I wanted to talk about in this video. Before I leave, just wanted to remind you guys that are still watching that I've got a Merch by Amazon mini course that you can sign up for free. In the description, all I need is your email and I'll send you one lesson a day for a week straight. And as promised, I've got a link to my Merch by Amazon Facebook community, which is awesome and super active and tons of very helpful people helping each other succeed as merch sellers. There's also a lot of flexing. People that are just crushing it on merch are sharing their success stories. And yeah, so check that out. Link in the description, guys. And before I leave you, I also just wanted to remind you, I did write a full Merch by Amazon course. As soon as I publish this video, I'm just going to jump straight into updating the course like I've been working on for the last couple weeks, but you can find a link to that in the description. And that's it, guys. Thank you for watching. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe if you are not subscribed already, and I'll see you tomorrow.